Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. 12:33 a.m. in the morning, the Eastern Time Zone. How y'all doing? SA17 is in the building. And without further ado, let's get to Various Thoughts Volume 131, in the world of anime and manga. I got a chance to go see Ghost in the Shell 2017 live-action movie. I had very low expectations of this movie for the fact that it was a lot of controversy and I didn't know what to expect. You know, let me get the greatness, stinkiness, and what the fudge out the way. Now, the greatness, you had the visuals, you know, the skyscrapers, the makeup, the costumes, the chemistry between Bato and the Major. Scarlett Johansson doing her thing once again, kicking butt, taking names, what you expect from her. The fight scenes, all that was great. All that was the greatness, but the stinkiness and what the fudge. The story's there, but here's the problem: the plot just it went from Ghost in the Shell-esque to tiresome revenge route to with plot twists, and there are things that just didn't make any sense whatsoever. Y'all need to watch this movie and know what I'm talking about. The chemistry was just off. I felt that with the visuals, with the skyscrapers, the holographic skyscrapers and everything, I felt that at times they relied on that too much. So, and the cast went from being a one big question mark to just bad. I mean, why would they have a black Australian actor play as Ishikawa? I'm not even going to touch that. Now, this is a disappointing movie. I expected it to be better. The fact that it was made in the first place and they butcher it in the epic fashion just astounds me, you know. If you are a Ghost in the Shell expert or hardcore fan or a fanboy, fangirl, y'all gonna have to wait for this movie to come out on DVD. You're gonna have to rent it or borrow it from a friend, family member, spouse, whoever. You need to watch it and see it for yourself. That's the best way I can describe it for you. The stinkiness, the what the fudge parts outweigh the greatness. The negatives outweigh the positives. So that's my verdict of the movie. It's disappointing. So now Toonami removed One Piece again this past month. Last month, excuse me, and it was replaced by Tokyo Ghoul. I think Cartoon Network, Toonami it's not Toonami hates One Piece. I think it's Cartoon Network. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see One Piece being picked up by Netflix. So Dragonball Super, it went from being not so hot to being hot like fire. And I got done watching episode 83 yesterday, so can't wait for episode 84. Naruto Shippuden episode 500 was the final episode of the series. Everybody was crying, boo-hooing, everything. I'm like, it's alright. He ain't dead. He went from being an outcast / loser to a hero to a family, about to become a family man, marrying his, I wouldn't go as far as his longtime sweetheart anyway, but marrying his girlfriend, which is Hinata Hyuga Uzumaki. I mean, I have followed Naruto for 10 plus years and been around for 15 years. I mean, that's crazy. It's crazy. If you haven't seen it, I'll put the links in the description. And the funniest part of all about the Hinata Naruto wedding, which is based off a novel book, is the fact that Orochimaru and Captain Yamato be made as a comic relief. I'm like, okay, that's really odd, because you don't expect Captain Yamato being comic relief, but Orochimaru, That's the biggest shocker of them all. So, and who would have thought Shino Aburami would be good with kids? That's the shocker right there, man. I'm like, wow. So now I will watch Boruto, Naruto, Next Generations next week. See how that goes. So if it's good, I'll keep watching. If not, I'll move on to something else. Simple as that. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles news: the season 5 will be the final season. I'm ecstatic. That way, that they won't have to drag the series like they did with 2003. We saw what happened to that one. So us Turtle fans watch the Turtles save the galaxy to save New York, taking down Super Shredder after Super Shredder killed Master Splinter, So, and Kids' Choice Award Show, I feel that Nickelodeon need to pump the brakes and tone down the edginess, because they're doing a lot of that lately, and they smelling themselves too much, and they need to come back down to earth a bit. So with Power Rangers 2017, more thoughts on that. I love the diverse of the characters, the chemistry of it. It was just phenomenal. The character development. I think that's what really saved that movie to me. So without that, I think that movie would have been worse than Dragon Ball Evolution or any other movies. That's just me. I can't believe this movie got a lot of controversy. Not tons of controversy, but the whole Rita Repulsa whitewashing. Same thing with the Ghost in the Shell live action 2017 movie, whitewashing part in the controversy as well. So I just couldn't believe all that crap went on, saying that they tossed the source material out the door, but yet they're fine with the Rangers themselves. But you already know where I stand. You already know where I stand on that, because I talked about it at least a few times on my video, so I'm not going to beat a dead horse. So I'm doing my best trying to get my hands on Horizon Zero Dawn. Unfortunately, I can't do it. Each time I go to Redbox, rent it out. So if I'm going to go at least a couple more times. If I can't get my hands on this game and play, I'm just going to be over and done with. Mass Effect Andromeda, I like the game. I really want to love the game, but there's just too many bugs and glitches to the point where it's so bad to the point where Homefront: The Revolution is laughing at the game. That's how bad it is. And I'm like, it shouldn't be that way. And we're talking about BioWare. We're talking about Mass Effect game. Super buggy and glitchy. It should never go together, I'm at that 28 to 32 hour range. The voice acting is hit and miss. The characters are hit and miss. There are a lot of things to do, but too much. And I don't know why BioWare decided to bring back planet scanning. Great. It's bad enough you bring that back, but you also bring in this little scanning minerals while you're driving a Nomad. That's double the work. I'm like, really, BioWare? Seriously? But whatever. I don't mind change as long as it's for the better, not for the worse. And that's what I'm seeing with Mass Effect Andromeda. So I'll wait for the price drop, but I'm also going to wait for the game to be, I'm waiting for BioWare to address all the issues before I go out and buy the game. So, what else I can say? I'm gonna try to watch Oregon versus North Carolina for the Final Four tomorrow night. If Oregon wins, they'll be in the national championship. If North Carolina wins, they'll be in the national championship. So, as for Gonzaga and South Carolina, I have a feeling that Gonzaga would be too much for for South Carolina. So that's just how I feel. Now, before I go, what do y'all think about Alonzo Ball's father, LaVar Ball? And my little preview of my thoughts on interracial dating and in relationships. There was a time on this planet Earth that if you dated someone outside your race or have feelings for someone outside your race, you get arrested, or worse, there'll be fatal consequences. Oh yeah, it did happen. So I'm gonna leave it at that. And it's gonna be one of the harder, probably the hardest topic to touch on, to talk about. But hopefully I don't get any death threats while making that video. But crazy people on the internet do crazy things, and I shouldn't expect anything less. So, and with that, throwing y'all a salute. I am out, and I am going to bed. Peace.